Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this video, I want to talk about the Iowa caucus of yesterday, February 1st, 2016. There's something that's more special about it this year than any year prior where it has been the main event. As this blurb from Wiki says, the Iowa caucus is noteworthy for the amount of media attention it receives during U.S. presidential election years. Since 1972, notice that's 44 years ago, the Iowa caucuses have been the first major electoral event of the nominating process for President of the United States. Since 1972, the Iowa caucuses have had a 43% success rate at predicting which Democratic candidate for president and 50% success rate at predicting which Republican candidate for president will go on to win the nomination of their political party at that party's national convention. So 44 is going to be the number of focus here, but I want you to see how interesting all of this coding is. In gematria, the Iowa caucus sums to 50 with the Pythagorean format. America equals 50 with simple English gematria. Think about how the United States has 50 states. Drop the, just go with Iowa caucus. It has gematria of 35 and 44. Again, this year, the 44th year of it being the beginning event for the nominating process of President of the United States. In simple English gematria, the Iowa caucus equals 149, a number that connects to skull and bones. And Ted Cruz won, who has skull and bones connections for the Republican Party. We're going to talk more about that. Iowa caucus in simple English gematria without the equals 116, like country, like powerful. Again, this is for the nation, for the country. So Donald Trump did not win. Ted Cruz did. Just want to show you something about Donald, though. Donald, someone with a gematria of 50, just like America, someone with a gematria of 50. They say 50% of the time, this caucus determines who will be the Republican frontrunner. We'll see if that ends up being the case. But something tells me the slime ball, Ted Cruz, will not make it. At the same time, Donald Trump is very much a slime. He might not make it either. With regards to Donald Trump, think about this. At the beginning of the Obama presidency, he created all the headlines about the fake birth certificate, started this phrase, birther. Obama's the 44th president. Birther has a gematria of 44. This time around at the end of Obama's presidency, Donald Trump has become one of the favorites to be the next president, as ridiculous as it sounds. Back in 2008, I was asking myself, how are they going to one-up Obama for the next president? Because it's always a show in this country. And look at what they go out and do. They go out and get a guy from a game show. It's sad, the nation we live in. The fact that anybody supports Donald Trump just shows what a nation of morons it is. And if my words offend you, I'm sorry. I don't apologize at all. If you support Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, you are an idiot. You are what's wrong with this nation. Please turn my video off. You disgust me. And no, I don't like Hillary Clinton or any of these frauds. But Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, these people are among the most disgusting. I don't need to hear any more rhetoric about bombing people. You know, Ted Cruz goes on the stage at the conventions and talks about his love for Jesus and how he would carpet bomb people. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Who are these American sheeple that support this shit? So sick of it. What else was cracking me up is how all night CNN had this on the screen. Delegates at stake, 44. 44th year of the caucus. Iowa caucus equals 44. This coverage was on CNN, which broadcast from Georgia, one of only two states with a gematria 44. Ted Turner, gematria 44. Comcast, the national cable outlet. CNN syndicated as channel 44. Those are just side notes. Anyhow, here's what else was interesting. Last night, Clinton and Sanders were almost at a dead tie, each having about 50%. February 1st is the 32nd day of the year. These are the numbers that connect to America. America equals 50 in simple English gematria, 32 in Pythagorean. This is the caucus for the election of the President of the United States of America. At the end of the headline, or at the end of the night, MSNBC had this headline, virtual tie between Clinton and Sanders. Notice how they have the emphasis on those words. This is a carefully picked phrase. It's because it has gematria of 47, just like president. And as I pointed out earlier this year, the first Republican debate was in Ohio. The first Democratic debate was in Nevada, the only two states with 47 gematria, the word that syncs up with president. Iowa is also known as the Hawkeye State, which has gematria of 33, the number of Freemason obsession. Hawkeye State equals 44, like Iowa Caucus. Perfect. It is the Freemasons and the Zionist Jews who use this coding of gematria. The mainstream media always using gematria. Anytime you see a phrase emphasized, if you decode it, it will so often correspond perfectly with the topic. So I documented this back on March 22nd, 2015. Ted Cruz was the first person to say he's running for president. 322 is the number of skull and bones. Remember how the Iowa caucus connects to skull and bones through gematria. Here, a man connected to skull and bones wins the caucus. Born on a date in history with numerology of conspiracy. This man is a walking, talking conspiracy. Bonesman has gematria of 33, skull and bones a Masonic order. His phrase, I'm running for president, has gematria of 133, just like White House does, just like also the subheadline, and I hope to earn your support. Coded headlines, syncing up with what it's all about. His birth name is Rafael Cruz, which in gematria, in English gematria, is a 666 name. And this is a very satanic man. Anybody who'd go before the nation and say they love Jesus and would carpet bomb people is obviously a sick fuck. Someone who's just saying rhetoric to get people's, programmed attention. Nation of programmed robots who believe in Jesus and bombing brown people. Ted Cruz speaking to this programming. Again, Ted Cruz, first candidate to enter the race. In recent weeks, I showed how these headlines between Cruz and Donald Trump were all Freemason coding. New York's flippin' angry equals 115, like Freemasons the plural. Drop Dead Ted, which was on the cover of the Daily News with the Statue of Liberty flipping off the nation. Gematria of 96, just like Freemason. Against skull and bones, a Masonic order. Ted Cruz, before each debate, does the hidden hand pose, which is a Masonic pose and a Masonic tribute. All of these things go unnoticed by unknowing eyes. They don't know gematria, so they don't see what's coded in the headlines. They don't see the hand tucked inside the suit, the hidden hand. But this is what's going on. Yesterday, before the caucus, this was CNN's morning story. Trump's moment of truth. Having gematria of 88 in Pythagorean, just like Trump in simple English. If you've never seen my Donald Trump playlists, check them out. Donald Trump, every headline that he's gotten since he's been in the media since this past summer has been coded. So many of them coded 88 for his name. And remember, poison and program equal 88. Donald Trump's been getting media attention for making horrible remarks about Hispanics, making horrible remarks about black people, making horrible remarks about women. All he's doing is causing divisiveness. Poison in program equals 88, just like Trump. The media is sick. It's about destroying people. I don't know how anyone can possibly trust it in 2016. And with regards to all this 44, it might remind you of the 44th president. I want to show you something, though. The next president to be in office, number 45, will be the 44th person. Obama's the 43rd. This is because Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and 24th president. He had a split term. Anyhow, Obama's the 43rd man to be president. The day he was elected was a date with 43 numerology. He gave his acceptance speech in Grant Park, having gematria of 43. He's from the land of Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born on the 43rd day of the year. He oversaw the Civil War. Civil War equals 43. Charleston equals 43, where the Civil War began. His name, Abraham, had gematria of 44, the kill number, the first president to be assassinated. When you write out 43, it has gematria 59. Obama's the first black president. The word Negro, slave, blues all have gematria 59, a number stamped on black people by the Masons and Zionists who rule over us. Motown came out in 59. Obama is just a puppet for the Masons and Zionists, something I've told people since he began running, long before I understand numerology or gematria. I've always been able to see through everything in this nation. It's just so transparent. But anyway, this is what it is. A big show run by the numbers. And right now it's all about 44. Obama ran on Hope, which had gematria of 44. Kill has gematria of 44. This Iowa caucus, it being in its 44th year, it's all part of what's lined up. And I'm telling you, Obama, he's not going to make it to the end of his term. We're going to finish out with old Joe Biden. So this is the lesson for today. Until next time.